Hello, everyone, and welcome to the LoGhouls podcast, where we bring your hauntings to life. I'm your host, Alana, and today I'm with special guest, Sean.
Hello.
And on this episode, Sean will discuss his paranormal experiences, why he decided to share his stories today, his thoughts and beliefs surrounding the supernatural, and more. So listen if you dare, and don't go away, for this is one spooky story you don't want to miss.
No, you do not. You do not. So what do we get into first?
All right, so before we dive into your experiences,
Okay.
why don't you give the listeners a little history about yourself?
Little history about myself. My name is Sean. I'm from Wheeling, West Virginia. I love a good scary movie. I love a good scary story. I'm up here as a comm major alongside Alana, who's a digital media design major. And yeah, I've been in Wheeling my whole life, so
Cool.
there's a lot of history around here, around Wheeling, and
Yeah, I've heard Wheeling's even got some ghosts. Yeah, I've heard that.
definitely do.
Yeah?
Definitely do. The whole West Virginia, the Mothman.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got Mothman, you got the Moundsville Penitentiary. There's a lot of stories to go around.
Yep. So could you explain where your experiences have occurred?
Mostly my house and my grandparents. They had a farm. They still own. The farm is still in their names. It's
Right.
my family's farm. It's way out past Dallas, like way down Stone Church Road. If you know
Okay.
where I'm talking about. Hopefully, so it's like way out that way, like towards Sand Hill Elementary. It's like way out there.
Cool. So do you have any theories as to why?
Why
haunted?
my house or the farm?
Yeah.
Honestly, the farm it's just a creepy place.
Yeah.
It's like way out there in the country. I mean, it's surrounded by woods. It's just creepy hearing noises from the woods and stuff. Everybody knows that feeling though. Hopefully. In my house, my thought there was actually an old lady that died in my house.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That is So that is cool. That is cool. Kind of creepy at times, but me and my family, we all kind of know her. We call her Mrs. Gresco. That was the family's name
Oh, okay.
before we moved in. They were ancient people. They were strange. They were strange people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were strange people. But no, we call our ghost Mrs. Gresco because that's who she died in the upstairs of our house.
Wow. Do you know why? Like, what happened?
She's probably just old.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe her husband killed her. I don't know.
Whoa.
That would be crazy. But no, she was probably just old. I mean,
Yeah.
we bought the house from the husband, and
Okay.
he had told us that, but he was a strange dude too. So
It's a
they're
little
just
fishy, yeah?
strange old people.
Yeah.
I think he loved his wife very much.
Okay.
I think
That's good.
his wife loved the house very much. I think that's why she sticks around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Well, go ahead and explain your experience then.
So the first thing I want to talk about is this coffee mug.
Okay.
Like I said, they were very strange people. They were strange old people. They love their mugs. Their mugs and their mason jars. When we bought the house, in my garage they're still there. My dad still uses them for whatever reason because he's a weirdo. But there are so many just nails sticking out of the wall of my garage, and a lot of them are holding up mason jars just full of tools and like nails or screws, like just tools everywhere, like random stuff that like why in the world is this hanging in a mason jar in the garage? So I mean, they were, like I said, they were from that Depression era though, so they just kind of kept everything.
Yeah.
My great grandma was the same way.
Yeah.
So I kind of understand, just because I don't know. I've seen it in other people before.
Yeah, my grandma's like that too.
But anyway, they loved mugs, and they loved like little storage containers and mason jars and stuff like that. So there was a period of time for about a year where I'm a big coffee drinker, right?
Yeah, me too, right?
I'm a big coffee drinker.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a period of about a year where my coffee mugs from the morning would go missing. I couldn't find them. I've been known to be a clumsy guy. I lose stuff, and I'm human. But no, this was different. It was like I started like really paying attention to where I would leave my coffee cups.
Right.
And they would be gone. And so after this, dude, I don't know. It's a very strange experience because they would just disappear, and I'd tell my family about it, and they know that I'm clumsy. They know that I lose stuff, so they didn't believe me. And we were down like, I mean, we had all of my family like drinks coffee, so we were down like 6-7 mugs, and yeah.
And they didn't think anything of it.
Well, they just thought I was losing them. They just thought I was losing them, and they were blaming me. I was like, I swear, these are disappearing. Like,
right.
I promise you, these are disappearing. And so, maybe like a couple months after I lose the last one, so this happened over a period of like a year, and then a couple months after that, I found them all.
In one place?
Yes, in the basement of my house.
Oh.
And that's how I know that I did not take them down there. I will.
Right.
I don't go. My basement is creepy, but everybody.
Yeah, I feel like all basements are creepy.
Yeah, well, especially when in a house as old as mine. My house was built in 1912, maybe.
Oh, wow, okay.
It's a very old house, 100 and some years old. So my basement is a little creepy.
Yeah.
I go down there to do laundry and not much else.
Right.
So that's how I know that I did not take them down there. I did not lose them. Mm-hmm. Because I am not drinking coffee in my basement. So that was kind of a weird. That was definitely
pretty wild.
Definitely the weirdest thing that's happened in my house.
Yeah.
So.
Has there so all the coffee mugs were in your basement?
Yeah, there were like 6 or 7.
Nowhere else.
No.
Just in your basement.
Yeah. All the ones that I lost, according to my family.
Do you know why they were drawn to the basement?
No clue. I have no idea. The old lady, she was said to have died in the upstairs of my house.
Right.
So I have no idea why the basement. I have no idea why the basement. It was very strange.
Maybe she was trying to show that it wasn't your fault, and so maybe the basement was like a more unusual place because she didn't die there. So
yeah.
It was like.
Yeah, I can actually get behind that because she has been. Me and my family think that she is friendly. She's not.
Okay.
She's not very harmful. Okay. I keep referring to her as she, her ghost or whatever.
Yeah.
Like she lives with us. But no, I don't think. I think that if there was a ghost or a paranormal entity in my house that wanted to hurt me or my family, we would know about it by now.
Okay. So you think that she's the only one that wants her also?
Yeah, and I don't think that she has ill intentions.
That's good.
Yeah.
Has there been any other things happen?
Stories like that?
Yeah.
I mean, just like I used to hear stuff sometimes so what would happen is the downstairs, there's the downstairs, right? Mm-hmm. The living room is like all one room, and then the stairs to the upstairs are in the living room.
Yeah.
So you go up the stairs, there's a landing, and the bathroom's right there. So that you can pretty much hear people come in and out of the back door from the bathroom, even with the door closed. Because it's the wall of the bathroom is the back door of my house. That's the same wall, but you can also hear it from the upstairs.
Gotcha.
So on a day when I was in high school, when I was staying home from school, I can't remember if I was sick or if I was just playing a little hooky or whatever. It was maybe one it was in the afternoon, but not quite time for everyone to be home.
Right.
So we'll call it 1 o'clock, maybe 1 p.m.
So you're by yourself then?
Yeah, I was by myself, or at least I thought I was by myself.
Right,
And I heard the door open, and I heard my mom's voice I don't know if you can hear your mom's voice.
Yeah.
A lot of people can. You don't know, like, you don't realize it, but that voice sticks with you, like a lot. It's very profound thing in your mind.
Yeah.
So I know that it's my mom's voice, and I'm in the shower, I'm in the bathroom, or I'm doing something. The door is closed, and I hear my mom's voice, and I'm like, that's weird. My mom's a teacher, for background.
Okay.
So she doesn't normally get home until around 4:00.
Okay, yeah.
And it's like 1 p.m. right now.
Right.
I'm like, okay, well,
It's a
maybe,
little fishy.
yeah, maybe she got sick or something. So I get out of the shower, and I, get to my room and change and all that, and I get downstairs, and there's no car in the driveway. There's no, the garage door is closed. There's no car in the garage. The door is closed and locked. My dogs normally go crazy when my mom gets home too.
Yeah.
They didn't. So yeah, that was strange. Just heard my mom's voice call my name.
Could you make out like what it said, or you just?
Just Sean, calling for me from downstairs, and I know because it happened again a few times later that day. Even once when she was there, and I was like, "What's up?" She said, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "You called my name," and she said, "No, I didn't." So that was pretty weird. That freaked me out. That happened earlier that I said that happened in high school. That probably happened in 7th or 8th grade, so middle school really. And then the whole coffee mug dilemma happened later down the line.
Yeah. I mean, I've been home alone before too, right? And like I'll be listening to music.
Yeah.
And like I feel like I hear like somebody say my name.
Dude, when you're young and in your room, like just home alone.
I'm not talking about young. I'm talking about like.
Oh, like right now. Like right now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, like I'll be listening to music, and I have it up high, right? But I feel like I hear like somebody call my name, but like so I turn it off, right? And I just like wait for a second. I'm like, okay, and I hear nothing else. And I turn it back on, like I feel like I hear it again. I'm like, okay, maybe it's just like I hear it in the music or something. I don't know.
And you tell people about it, and if you don't believe in that sort of stuff, you're just like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely have seen enough like strange, like they're minor, but I've definitely seen enough strange occurrences in my house that I'm like, yeah, I'll probably believe in ghosts, or at least the good spirited kind.
Oh, okay. So you don't believe in like evil spirits?
Less so. I mean,
okay.
I don't think I don't know. Less so. I would say less so.
All right, I got you.
I've never experienced any strange thing trying to hurt me that I can't explain.
I get that. I haven't either, but I still believe in it though.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just believe in it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. You got any other things? Is that it?
I could talk about my farm. I mean, I've seen some weird things there. Just like.
Oh wait, so you actually like seen stuff?
Yeah, just like lights. Like it's very weird. Like, so right now you would go there and you would see lights because there's some fracking going on there.
Oh, okay.
Because before my pap died, he sold some of his land to the fracking company. But this was well before that. You could go into the woods. Like we would always drive our 4-wheelers around because he had a lot of land.
Yeah.
So what we would do is, we would go to a few spots where we knew like we would see something, and we'd always see like maybe a flash or like a blinking light or something. We never really heard anything like footsteps or anything, or if we did, we always just kind of assumed it was an animal. But the lights were weird. Like we would go to like the same spots, like the same 3 spots, and every time like we would see those lights from the woods, and we would have no clue what was going on. Because the nearest neighbor is.
Did these lights like move, or is it just like?
They would like blink.
Oh, okay.
It was very strange.
I don't like an alien spaceship. Huh?
Kind of, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if we can get that specific. But, no, I don't know if we can get that specific. But it was just strange, and you just kind of, it made you feel like, I don't know if you can really explain the feeling, but like, when you just know that someone is looking at you.
Oh yeah.
Or that, someone can see you right now. Mm-hmm. Or something, at least. That's there's just kind of that uneasy feeling.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I've never. That is like the one thing that I could say, I guess, like would make me maybe made me feel uncomfortable.
Right.
Like something unexplainable that made me feel uncomfortable or like weird, uneasy.
Yeah.
But
so you don't really feel uncomfortable with your spirit at your house because you think that she's like pretty nice, pretty chill. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Well, something to tell others about,
Yeah.
And not worry about it. Yeah.
I wish I had like a cool Mothman story or like, I've been to the penitentiary, but
oh yeah, me too.
I don't really have anything.
I know, nothing really happened to me when I was there.
They claim like, oh, this water fountain goes off, or like, oh, like you'll see these orbs in your camera, and it's
I see nothing.
I don't really see anything. Like, yeah, okay, that water fountain's going off, but like, are you doing that? You know what I mean? So, so yeah.
All right. Well, so is that it then? For you?
I mean, that's the brunt of it. I mean, there have definitely been more, but I mean, I just not off the top of my head right now.
That's okay.
Just because they're small, they're minor things.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, before I ask a little bit more about your experiences, I'm gonna flip gears, and I'm going to read another experience that was sent in by Allie.
Okay. Who's Allie?
Allie Miller.
Okay.
She I forget where she's from. Somewhere around here.
Some friend, huh?
Yeah, some friend. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'll read it to you and we'll discuss our thoughts right after a word from our sponsors. Does your yard make your house look haunted? If so, call us, Grafton Lawn Care. We'll get your place back amongst the living. Welcome back to the LoGhouls podcast, and if you're just now tuning in, Sean explained his experiences. And I'm about to share another unexplainable story. As I mentioned earlier, this was sent in by Allie. And if you would like your experience to be heard on the LoGhouls podcast, then head on over to the LoGhouls podcast website.
Cool.
So, Allie writes, I grew up on Washington Pike in a little white house.
That's creepy. Okay, sorry. I won't interrupt you.
This house always felt off. You always felt like you were being watched, no matter where you went. I never heard any noises, but I can't say the same for my brother. One of the most terrifying times I could remember was when I was in middle school. I had just woken up to get ready for school. My brother was in high school, so he'd wake me up before he left for the bus. I laid in bed trying to get up. We had this big CRT TV next to my bed. It was huge. It had been turned off the night before. I remember turning over in bed and glancing at my TV. When I glanced over, I noticed something at the end of my bed. There was a man standing there. I saw the reflection of whatever it was in the screen. I didn't move. I just laid there still as I could be.
Hell no.
Mm-hmm. There was no facial features of the man. He was a pure black solid figure. He just stayed there at the end of my bed. Not sure for how long, but it must have been a while. And I don't remember getting up. And I honestly don't remember it leaving. So that's a little strange, right?
Dude, it's like that same feeling that I was talking about earlier. When you know someone is looking at you, or something is looking at you.
It's a little
Dude,
creepy.
nah. If I that is like an irrational fear of mine, like looking in a mirror or a TV reflection and seeing
something else is there.
Yeah, seeing like something that's not supposed to be there. I'm like,
no,
man.
I hate that.
So,
she continues.
Okay.
Yep. Another night, my brother Chris was laying in bed in his room, which was in the basement, and the basement had the most activity. You'd have an overwhelming feeling of someone just watching you. And on this particular night, it was so unusually quiet in the basement. Now, Chris knew something was up. He's somewhat religious, so he wrote scripture and biblical sayings on his wall, And after he did this, nothing ever happened inside his room anymore. But things would still occur around and outside his room. Like knocking on his walls, footsteps, running, and even things falling.
She never heard these, but her brother did.
That's what I'm assuming, because she never mentions it. So I wonder if her brother just told her.
I'm getting out, man. If that ever starts going on, and hopefully someday I'll be a homeowner, and I'm not looking forward to something like this.
Right? No, that's crazy. She then continues and says, however, things changed one day. He was in his room and heard a little girl whispering. His now wife was with him this time, thinking he was going crazy. Chris didn't say anything. He heard it again, and this time so did his wife. They heard whispers of a little girl saying, hey, in a very low tone, but still enough to realize it was the voice of a little girl. It stopped after a few times of hearing it, but next thing they knew, there was loud knocking right next to their ear, so loud it sent her sister-in-law into an anxiety attack.
Oh my God. Have you ever had an anxiety attack?
I don't think
they are not fun.
I'm so sorry.
Very not fun. That's horrible.
Yeah, and then with that happening, they freaked out. Thinking I had been playing a joke on them, they called my name. No answer, so they came upstairs to see what I was doing. I was dead asleep in my room taking a nap.
So they thought originally that it was her. But
yeah. Isn't that wild?
She was asleep. Dude, yeah, that's crazy, man.
It's like straight out of a horror movie.
I've heard stories of I've heard other people's stories of hearing strange things like knocking or whispering, maybe some footsteps or whatever, but yeah, nothing to that extent. Did she ever say what the voice was saying, what the whisperer was saying?
She just said, the little girl said, hey.
That's it?
But yeah, I don't know if she said anything else. Or maybe she did say something else, but they couldn't make it out. I don't know.
That is creepy. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the one with the biblical scripture thing is really insane. Because have you seen Annabelle, that movie?
No, not here and there. Not I'm not.
Well, in the Annabelle movie, they have her in this closet thing, and they put scripture.
It's a doll, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They put scripture sayings all around that room that she was in, so they could trap her in there, whatever. But I don't know, it's pretty crazy that it works. Yeah. I guess.
I mean, yeah, that is nuts. I mean, I don't know. I can't really relate.
Yeah.
I know it's. I think that it's believable. I think that I mean I believe them. I don't think that they're lying. But I'm just not religious, so I've never viewed the world in that lens. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe I don't know what's to say about the philosophy of belief or the paranormal or whatever, but yeah, my mind just doesn't work that way.
It's okay.
Like I said, I don't think they're lying though. I mean, I've definitely seen and heard things that I can't explain, so I don't think that. I think it's believable.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty religious myself, so I definitely think it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's wild stuff. So I think because I'm religious, I think that's why I believe in this stuff, because it kind of correlates in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And going back to how you say you don't really believe in evil spirits necessarily. I mean, I do, just because I believe there's good, there's evil. So why not be good and evil in the afterlife? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we none of us know, right? None of us
Nobody
know the
knows.
truth. So I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
To each their own.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we discussed some pretty wild stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back to yours, and I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions.
Okay.
Starting with why you decided to share your stories today.
Because I wanted to lie on your senior project. No. Because I think it's cool. I think that unexplainable things are cool.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially when someone you can hear the maybe not truth, but you can hear the belief. This person knows what they saw or what they heard. And so I think that's pretty cool. And I think that if you're quick to discount some story, some story like this, I think that, just open up a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, has the supernatural been something that you've always believed in, or like has it?
No, no, yes, I don't know. I'm kind of like a supernatural agnostic, maybe you could say. Like, there's some things that I'm like, okay, like that sounds believable. Like you sound like you are at least passionate about this story that you're telling me. And then there's other things where it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, no.
You're kind of full of it.
Yeah.
So, yes and no.
Yeah.
I have believed in some stuff for a while, and I have not for my whole life, some other stuff. So.
Yeah. So like some of the things, like I watch like YouTubers that go on like ghost hunts, stuff like that, and they use like those like equipment, stuff like that. But
shows like that?
I don't really believe everything that they do because again, it's YouTube. They could be faking a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I don't believe people that like do it on camera,
right?
Or do it as their job because like that's what they're getting paid for,
right?
Is to entertain.
Yeah.
Not necessarily to tell the truth.
Some things that they do show, I'm like, but other things I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially when they use like the equipment, I'm like, I don't really like believe in like the equipment and stuff because like technology is technology and it can be pretty powerful. I feel like it could like work its own magic, not like necessarily the spirits like working it. You know what I mean? So I don't really like the equipment, I guess.
Yeah, no, I get that. It seems a little performative.
Yeah.
So, I get it.
So I know you said that the spirit that haunts your house is not really like harmful. So nothing harmful has ever happened to you then?
Yeah, besides that, those couple of times that me and my cousins would go out on our grandparents' farm and just kind of see those lights, and we all felt it. Like we would all just feel very uneasy when we would be there in those few spots, but other than that, no.
No, okay. Really. Interesting.
I've heard other people, for instance, Allie is that her name?
Yeah.
For instance, her story, and I had a friend once who's their family actually like moved out of their house because of some stuff. Yeah, like. But,
that's terrible.
Yeah, it was crazy. So I've heard of it, and I don't know. But I believe the people. I don't necessarily believe that it's a ghost or a poltergeist.
So, do you not believe in like demons then? And like possession?
I don't think so. No, I don't know.
Really?
Maybe not that specific. I don't think that we can know that it is that specific. I don't think that.
I get you. No, I get it. Like
I think that sure.
Really
I believe in weird stuff like happening that you can't explain. But once you say like, oh, it was this, like 100%, that's when I'm like, I don't. You can't really say that. So.
Okay.
That's my thing.
I don't know.
What's going on over there? I think there may be a ghost in this building.
Well, they say West Liv is haunted.
They do say West Liv is haunted. Yeah.
I don't know. I believe in demons and stuff like that. And I don't know if it's just because, again, like I'm religious, stuff like that. Or if it's, what's depicted in movies. I don't know, right? But, I don't know, like, because, I love the Conjuring series. It's, like, my favorite movie series. Yeah. And some of the stories are actually, like, based on real events.
Yeah, I did know that.
So I think that's another reason why I'm kind of believing it. But, obviously the movies, aren't depicting exactly, like, what happened. Right. But still, I still believe in, like, possession and... Yeah. Evil doing, stuff like that. I also heard that, like, people say, like, if you're evil in life, then you're going to be evil when you die. So, like, that's pretty weird,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just believe in it.
It's just, yeah, no, it's just, everybody has their own... Right. Everybody has their own way of believing in good in life. So, I think that my... I have my own ways to try and be a better person every day, and You have yours, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No. Is there anything you'd like to say to the skeptics?
The skeptics?
Yeah. Yeah, like Chris Lee, you know?
I think that skepticism is a good thing,
Okay.
actually. I think that we need more skepticism.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
In not just regarding the supernatural, but everything.
Yeah.
I think skepticism is generally a good thing. However, I also think that having an open mind to someone's beliefs and experiences is extremely important.
Yeah.
Especially in regard to other things, not the supernatural.
Yeah.
Especially in regard to other things as well. So
All
I think that there should be a good mix of listening to people while also being skeptic.
I like that answer. That's a really good answer.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for joining me today.
Of course. Absolutely.
It was really nice to hear some stories from you, and you know, pretty wild. Shared some other wild stories and everything. And thanks for tuning in at home, folks. This has been your host Alana, and you just listened to the LoGhouls podcast, where we bring your hauntings to life. Come back for more scares if you dare.